Hi, and welcome to this week's session all around back bending. So we're going to do a little flow to really help us find ways to make back bends feel better in our bodies. Because the fact is, if your back bends feel really challenging and stiff and crunchy, you're not going to do them. And then we're going to miss out on this huge piece of functional movement that is so beneficial for longevity. So we're going to do some different movements. We're going to try some different alignment and see if we can start to get you on the path of feeling good and strong in back bending. Okay, let's get some bricks to start. So we've got just one stretchy band today and your bricks. We're going to start lying over. Now this right here is, in my opinion, the best passive stretch for the spine that you can do easily, right? That's not other than a yoga wheel, right? Yoga wheel will be number one. Maybe I'll make some videos on the yoga wheel. But this is amazing just to open up the back. So you're going to have your arms down, legs forward. And I want you just to bring to mind any old stories that you may be carrying around about the health of your spine, about maybe an old injury, something that you believe about your spine, or maybe you have this belief that you just can't do back bends or that they always hurt. So I just want you to bring whatever limiting belief is there today. Let it come to the surface. See if we can get curious about it. Why is it that I feel that way? One thing that I hear from a lot of students is, oh, I just don't have any arm strength. I can't push up. That's probably the number one thing. So we're going to work on some of that push strength today too. Good. Stretch your arms all the way towards the top of your mat. Catch your elbows. And just feel that length that you're creating through the sides of the body. Breathing into the front, sides, back of the lungs. Change the interlock of the forearms. And the more you do this, the more comfortable it will feel. So if you're laying here thinking, oh my God, what is she talking about? This is so challenging. Just use your breath, right? And you can build up to 5 minutes. Doing it when you get home from work, just lay over the bricks in front of the TV. If you feel like you've got some upper back rounding and neck hump developing, this is a great way to prevent that and to work on that if that's happening for you. Good, let's take it into some circles. So just gonna circle up, back, and around. If you've got more space than me, go big with the arms. But if you're like me and you're a bit limited on space, then just do what you can. Now go the other way. And around. Good, one more. Now the other thing about back bending that we have to learn to do is how to retract the shoulder blades, but strongly squeeze the shoulder blades to the midline. That's what creates the bow shape in the chest. So you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades to that brick and hold. Release. Squeeze. And hold. Good, one more. Squeeze. And release. Good, roll to one side. Good, come off the bricks. So the next thing we're going to look at is the way that our spine is moving. So first we looked at kind of that passive stretch, shoulder blade squeeze. So let's warm up our wrists. So that's the third thing. So wrists. Another thing I hear a lot about back bending is, oh, my wrists hurt. It's too much pressure on my wrist. And so, practicing this every day, taking a minute out of your day to stretch your wrists can alleviate that problem. A lot of the issues that we face within our yoga practice can be alleviated with just very targeted stretches regularly. And no one likes to hear that. You know, they're like, oh, well, I did it. Well, how many days did you do it? You did it once? You did it twice? I mean, I need months of daily work will do it. Good, circle. Good, forward. And circle. Good, and see if you can get a nice big range. Challenge this movement. Go into that place that feels uncomfortable, even for just a second. Right? That's where we gain that mobility at the end of our range. Good, and back. Because this shoulder forward position will help you with things like your handstand, your forearm balance, anything where you're balancing on your hands. Arm balancing. Good, forward. Good, let's go into some segmenting. So now you want to feel, we're going to kind of visualize the spine in 4 parts. So you're going to take your tailbone, low back to the sky, arch your mid back. Now this is where that shoulder blade squeeze comes in. Shoulder blades squeeze together to drop the heart. Then my head goes last. And then I'm going tailbone, mid back, shoulder blades spread. That's your protraction. Head in. So you go tailbone first, keep your head down. Mid back, upper back, shoulder blades squeeze, and head, and tailbone. Up, up, up. Good. Up with the tailbone. Try to move from your tailbone instead of from your neck. Tailbone. Good. Come back to neutral. Stretch your right leg back. Okay, so the 4th element of good back bending is nice hip extension. Good. So up with the hip. Get that leg nice and high. Add in the back bend. Shoulder blades squeeze. Feel that you're activating the right side glutes at the top. And then bringing it in. Up. And one more. Up and back. Tuck the toes into your scorpion down dog. Open the hip. Close the hip. Open and extend. Close. Open and extend. Right foot forward. Back knee down. Taking those bricks now. And just starting to rock forward and back. Opening up that left side. Good, and then we're going to go into that end range. Now, if you have any sensitivity in your knee, just place a little pad or something under your knee to support it. And then you're going to pump, 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 pump. Good, come down. Breathe there. Fantastic. Okay, come back up into all fours. Okay, second side, left leg. Good, extend the hip first. Shoulder blades look up and together. And usually right away we'll feel what side, right, is better at this. My right side feels much stronger in extension. Right, the stronger glutes are going to be able to extend your leg more. Up and press and open. Close it down. Open it up. Close. Open. Open. Good. Step it forward. Back knee down. Hands to the inside. And we're going forward and back. Forward and back. So just getting this hip warmed up. Forward and back. Good. And then slowly, slowly walk it back and pump. Pump there. Little baby pulses. Good. Come down into that stretch and come into that dragon lunge. Elbows onto bricks, head down. Fantastic. Okay, this time come back. We're going to do some threading now. So this is another element of good back bends, that your shoulder blades and the whole shoulder complex are moving really well and fluidly, because then your press is going to feel more fluid and not so chunky and awkward. So get your band, take it behind your back. Good, so as I say with mobility and using our joints, it's really good to sit on your heels regularly to get your knees working in their max range, so max flexion. If this is painful, see if you can sit for a few seconds and then lift up onto the knees, okay? And we're gonna pull the band and we're gonna lift it around. And it is nice and early this morning, me doing this. I can see the sunrise, so I feel quite stiff. So if you're doing this at 6:30 a.m. as well, I feel ya. If you're doing it at night, you might feel a little bit more flexible. Because our flexibility and mobility change throughout the day, right? Because of our hormones, because of our activity, our energy levels, our warmth of the body, what we've done leading up to our practice. So our practice can feel so different from one day to the next. Good. Nice. Okay, bring it forward. Working on that shoulder blade squeeze. Hands in front, ribs down. So each time you pull the band, you want to feel ribs moving together, shoulder blades moving together. Behind your back, same pull. Set the arm bones back so you get that stretch in the front of the chest. Pull. 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 Last round. Pull. Good. Step up to the top of your mat. Take the band behind you. Again, no wider than your shoulders with your grip. We're trying to work on that mobility. So up and back with the shoulders and the arms. Forward bend. Now pull that band apart. Take it down to your ankles. We're going to do this flossing. Up and over. 75% of back bending to me is a good warm up. The longer you spend to warm up your body before you do the pose, the better it's going to feel. And a lot of times we're just not doing adequate warm up. Right? So we got to warm up the shoulders, the spine, and the hips to be able to do our back bend. One more. Good. And then bend your knees. Slowly roll up. And we're going to go into this lat stretch. So here, this is going to affect your shoulder flexion. And I'll be making some videos about how to test for mobility and what might be causing your lack of range. One thing is these lats. So we want to be able to pull our arm up so our bicep goes by our ear. This is tight, pulls the shoulder blade down, and restricts the movement. So you're going to take your strap up and take it over to one side and pull. Good. Push through the feet. Inhale. Exhale over to the other side. Push. Great for deep core strength as well. Anything in the overhead plane. And of course that pulling movement. Pull. Pull. Last round. And pull. Good. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, go forward. Hands to the floor, step back to plank. Okay, so knees down. We're going to practice our push. So I think shoulder blades are going to squeeze as you lower. Shoulder blades squeeze as you lower. Now you're going to float the shoulders, hands up. Get that whole spine working. Maybe the legs lift. Back. Push back up. Inhale. Exhale, shoulder blades down. Squeeze together. Float the hands, maybe the legs. And push. Everything's staying in a straight line. So you don't want to be back here with your pelvis forward. One more inhale. Exhale down. Good. Float the hands, lift. Good. And release it back onto the heels. Okay, we're going to take our mat to the wall now with our bricks. Okay, so now we're going to go into a bridge with our feet on the bricks. So again, get a nice thigh stretch. Bricks to the wall. Feet onto the bricks. Get your bum close to your heels so they can touch. Tailbone nice and long, and you're going to push off. Good, you're going to get your shoulders under you and see if you can get your knees to the wall. And hold. Clasp your hands under you. Lift the chest. Fantastic. Slowly roll down. Feet on the wall. Arms back. Again, stretching those lats. Let the low back come off and down. So just little pelvic tilts here. We're going to turn to the wall now, and we're going to set our bricks up on an angle. So this is a great way if you're learning back bending, so that it's going to take less pressure, take pressure off the wrist, so it'll be less pressure. Got my bricks set up. I'm going to bring my head to the wall. Excuse me. Now remember, if you don't push up today, don't worry, it will come. It just takes practice. Good technique and practice. Okay, lie back. Get your head between the bricks. Okay, so this is another way to help. If when you set your hands down with your fingers facing down, you feel like your palm isn't grounding, you're going to turn the hands out slightly. Then we're going to do an S curve. So you're going to let your low back lift away from the floor, the back of your rib cage lift away, and you're in this back bend. You're going to take a big inhale, and then you're going to think, exhale, I'm going to push, and I'm going to lift onto my toes. And slowly come down. Knees together, feet wide. Fantastic. Good job. How did it go? Now you can practice that again if you want to. We're going to finish off with some glute stretches today. So, lying on your back, right shin across. Sitting bones are going to roll forward. So again, that little arch in the back. And you're going to pull the leg towards you, keeping that nice arch. That's going to spread the gluteal flesh. You're going to get a better stretch. Good, change. Good little arch. Catch. Pull in, use the strength of the arms. Take that leg across, drop it into a twist. And to the other side. Good, back to center, give yourself a squeeze. Stretch the legs forward for our relaxation. Palms to the sky. Take a big inhale through your nose. And exhale, side out through your mouth. Good. And then acknowledging how your practice went. Any little stories that came up about your strength, about your shoulders, about your spine. Right? And each time we come in our mats and we do the thing, we're starting to replace those old beliefs with new beliefs. So just keep showing up and enjoying these last few minutes of stillness. And starting to deepen your breath, bring some movement to your fingers and toes. Roll to one side and come up. Bring hands to your heart, lifting the chest. And we bow our heads to our hearts in gratitude for this time that we have to practice together, move together, breathe together. Let us be grateful for this time. And we'll finish with one Om today, taking a big inhale. Om. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this backbending session. Now, if you find that your shoulders are what is keeping you from doing your backbend, which for a lot of us, when we sort out our shoulders, our backbend starts to become much easier. Check out the link in my bio for the 7-Day Shoulder Rescue. It's an amazing course where I'll teach you the 4 strategies I use to heal my own chronic shoulder pain and many, many students that I've taught over the years. And if you get a second, press that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.